Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Pacifica Airways. Today we're taking one of the daily services in the Airbus 320neo from Los Angeles across down through the valley into Palm Springs International. Now we're coming down into the valley there. There's going to be a mountain range on each side of us if we come down quite low on our descent. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge for some of us maybe. But I've got the flight plan up here so you can have a look, so you can follow my flight plan if you want to fly some of our routes for Pacifica Airlines. Now, it's the first time I've flown this route around here. I've got a bit of a flight plan drawn up showing the actual approach to the runway as well. And up here I've got to approach RNAV 31 when you do your flight plan. And over this side I've got low altitude airways. Okay, so you can copy the details from that, and we can go ahead and jump to our plane here. It's a cold dark startup. I'm going to get the plane all warmed up and started and get the air bridge attached. Going to go ahead and get the services done, get the luggage on board, the catering, and some things like that, and then I'll join back up with you when we are ready to depart. Okay, our pushback is completed. We are topped up with catering, fuel, all our baggage is on board. So we can start up the engines and prepare the aircraft for departure.
The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you haven't already done so, we request that you stow your luggage and take your seats so we can have an on-time departure. For those passengers seated in a designated exit row, you may be called upon to open that exit in the event of an emergency. Please refer to the safety briefing card or the exit row information card located in the seat back pocket to ensure you meet the exit row criteria and understand the information. After carefully reviewing this card, if you believe you could be injured, do not wish to, or cannot perform the functions listed, please notify a flight attendant. At this time, we also request that you store your electronic devices until we are above 10,000 feet. I will notify you when it is safe to bring these items out for use. If there's any question as to what device you can use on board today, please refer to the Welcome Aboard section of your My Magazine. Thank you for your attention.
Boarding door has been closed. Once again, we do need all passengers to remain seated at this time. Please double check the security of your seatbelt. All electronic devices do need to be turned off and put away at this time. This does include all cellular phones and two-way pagers. Flight attendants, please prepare your doors for departure and cross-check.
Now we ask that you direct your attention to the forward part of each cabin to the TV monitors for a brief and important safety message about our next path.
Welcome aboard. Please fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal fitting into the buckle, and tighten the strap. To unfasten your belt, pull up on the buckle. Turbulence may occur unexpectedly, so keep your seatbelt fastened during the flight, even when the sign is not on. Cell phones, two-way pagers, and all other electronic devices should be off and stowed. In American Way magazine is a list of non-approved devices. Remember, cell phones and two-way pagers may never be used in flight. Tray tables and footrests should be secured and your carry-on luggage placed under the seat in front of you or in a storage compartment. Please bring your seats to the upright position for takeoff. It is a federal requirement to comply with crew member instructions and instructional signs. All flights are non-smoking. Smoking is prohibited in the lavatories. It is against federal law to tamper with, disable, or destroy any smoke detectors in the airplane lavatories. Please review the safety briefing card in your seat pocket for specific emergency information about this flight. The exit doors or windows on each aircraft are clearly marked. If the aircraft lighting system fails, an escape path will be clearly illuminated by an emergency lighting system. Each cabin exit door is equipped with an evacuation slide. Some slides can also be used as rafts. Large life rafts are also on board. A sudden change in cabin pressure will automatically release an oxygen mask above your seat. Take the mask and pull it firmly towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Put the mask on and pull the elastic band over your head. Tighten the band by pulling on the tabs on both sides of the mask. Breathe normally. The plastic bag will not inflate. Put your mask on, then help others sitting next to you with their masks. Your seat cushion may also be a flotation aid. Remove the cushion and place your arms through the straps on the lower side of the cushion. On some aircraft, a life vest is located under the seat or between seats. Put the vest on over your head and wrap the strap around your waist, pulling tightly. Never inflate the vest inside the aircraft. Once outside, pull down on the two red tabs to inflate the vest, or blow into the red tubes located on each side of the vest.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Okay, boys and girls, we're ready for our departure. We've done all our checks. We've got our autopilot all set up there, and we'll turn everything on once we start climbing towards our cruise altitude. I'll turn on the autopilot, and we shall be all good. So, yep, let's get underway. Okay, so our takeoff speed is around about 140 knots, depending on the weight that you have on board, of course. Positive rate, gear up. Beautiful day for flying today. Should be a lovely flight over to Palm Springs. Palm Springs. Should be beautiful. See the lovely mountains and the mountain ranges as we fly down and through that valley to Palm Springs. Should be very nice. Very nice scenery today, I have to say. Should be. Okay, start lifting our flaps. Otherwise we'll start clacking. We'll be going too fast. You know what they say, if you're not clacking, you're slacking. But I don't want to be going too fast. Right, so I think I'm going to switch on the autopilot. Autopilot is engaged. And we are safely on our way to Palm Springs.
Once you reach a comfortable cruising altitude, ladies and gentlemen, the flight attendants will be in the cabin and offer you a cocktail beverage of your choice, along with breakfast. There are 5 flight attendants on board today, primarily for your safety. If there's anything we can do to make your trip more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. So we'd like you to sit back and relax.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. And you have a bad habit of not finishing your sentences properly. I've told you about that before.
Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck. We're level at our cruise altitude, so I'm going to turn off the seatbelt sign at this time. So you're free to move about as necessary. However, when seated, we would like you to keep your seatbelts comfortably fastened for your safety. We just checked the weather and expect smooth sailing for most of the flight. So for the most part, we're going to stay quiet and let you enjoy the entertainment and service, and we'll be talking with you later on the...
Yes, enjoy the service. Enjoy the nice fresh coffee and English breakfast tea served with cheese croissants. Crackers and cheese. Scrambled eggs on toast. Quite a nice menu. We're going to have a nice freshly squeezed fruit juice. Okay, beautiful day for flying again. It's a short hop, we don't need to be up too high, so I'm actually going to start descending very soon. As we approach the Palm Springs Valley, I want to be at around about 7,000 feet. So I'm going to start a little bit of a descent to come down to 7,000 feet, because once we're heading down Palm Springs Valley, it is very narrow. We have mountains on either side of us, and then we have to loop around and be down to around 2,500 to 3,000 feet as we approach the Palm Springs Airport. So we're traveling at 240 knots. Can probably bring that speed down a little bit to 220. 220 knots will do us for today. This is only the second official flight of our Pacific Airlines, our virtual airline. The last trip we did our maiden flight from San Diego to Los Angeles, and that was a wonderful flight, a beautiful flight. If you missed that video, go back, check out my other videos, and you'll see our first day. Hiring pilots, now hiring, it says. Our very first official day for the airline. So I posted that yesterday, and we flew up to Los Angeles in the most beautiful sunrise you've ever seen. The colors were just beautiful. So if you haven't seen it, duck back and check out that video. That was the first official day for our virtual airline. Today is the second day, and we're doing our regular service from Los Angeles over to Palm Springs. And then we'll have another flight returning back to Los Angeles, and then we have 2 flights returning down the coast to San Diego. So they will all be on future videos. And then coming up, of course, we've got our connection up to San Francisco. That'll be the Pacific Airlines 747. We'll be doing that haul up to San Francisco in the 747, so that'll be coming up. Just heading down towards the Palm Springs Valley now. Just a big slow sweeping turn to the right. No rush, no pressure. Just a nice, beautiful, relaxed sweeping turn.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we request that you store your electronic devices until we are safely parked at the gate. We also ask that you extinguish all smoking materials. In final preparation for landing, please make sure your seat backs are straight up, your tray tables are stowed, and any carry-on luggage you may have brought on board with you is underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin. The flight attendants will be passing through the cabin one last time to do their final compliance check and pick up any remaining cups and glasses.
Okay, now we've got a few mountains ahead of us. These, well, not real mountains, they're more like the foothills. We're going to pass just over the top of the edge of these foothills, and then we're going to be cutting and ducking right down for the final approach. So we're just going to scoop over the top of these mountains here. And we are at 3,000 feet. Yeah, we're at 3,000 feet. For future reference, if any of you guys are doing the same flight, 3,000 feet you'll clear the mountains and you'll be in a comfortable position to do a nice gentle descent into the airport. So make a mental note of that. Just above the airplane now, slightly to the right, you'll see the runway. So we have a clear run now to the runway. All the hills and mountains are out of the way. We can descend down nicely.
Flight attendants, prepare for landing, please.
There's no ILS here, so we have to do a visual approach and a manual landing today. Going to bring our speed down now. And we're going to start dropping some flaps. And we are flying the plane manually. Bring down our gear. Bring down our flaps a bit more. Okay, it was a little bit of a hard landing, to be honest, but I haven't done that many manual landings. I'm still working on my manual landings and approaches, so this was basically a practice lesson for me, making all my excuses now. I've never claimed to be a proper flight simulator pilot, so I must be forgiven. Right, the terminals, as I remember, over to the right hand side.
It's going to take the captain just a few moments to taxi us to the gate, so we ask that you remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off and the aircraft has come to a complete stop at the gate. That will be your only indication that it's safe to get up and move about the cabin. We also ask that you keep the aisles clear of any carry-on baggage. This is the termination of our flight this morning, so we ask that you check seat back pockets, closets, and overhead bins for any articles you may have brought with you. Extra care should be taken when opening the overhead bins as heavy articles may have shifted during our flight. On behalf of your entire flight crew, it's been our pleasure serving you this morning. Have a pleasant stay.
Okay, so we're doing a nice little slow taxi to the parking, to the ramp. It's quite a nice little trip. This I quite like. I'm going to enjoy having this as part of the airline service. It's a short little hop. It doesn't take up a lot of time. The scenery is really nice with that mountain ridge. And also we've got a manual landing to do because there appears to be no ILS here at Palm Springs. I may be wrong. Maybe I need to do a little bit more digging and some research. Maybe I haven't got my facts right. But setting up the flight plan, I couldn't find anything on the ILS. So a manual landing is fine. It's good for us to learn, good for us to practice our manual landings and become better at them. Certainly I need a lot more practice at the manual landings. So definitely going to do this little trip more often so I can get some more manual landing practice under my belt. Okay, well, here we are at Palm Springs. Welcome to Palm Springs, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that little flight. It certainly was picturesque and a little bit exciting trying to do that manual landing, manual approach over that mountain ridge. But it was fun, and we're going to do it again. And if you want to try it, well, the flight plan is up at the beginning of the video, so have a look and try this little flight. It really is fun and a beautiful scenery along the way. Okay, I'll catch you soon on the next video. We're going to do another flight as part of Pacifica Airlines virtual airline. I think we're going to go back over towards Los Angeles and then down the coast again to San Diego. So that is going to be great. Make a comment down below, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. I do not mind. And I'll talk to you again soon. Take care, everyone. Ciao.